Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at the Legacy Nemesis Leo Convoy. That's quite a mouthful, but that's his name. I'm not going to call him Leo Prime like Hasbro wants me to. I'm going to call him Leo Convoy. So, this is Nemesis Leo Convoy because he is the dark clone of him. I can't remember the context, like someone accidentally, cloned Leo Convoy and he was like bad or something. I can't remember, and I've even seen the show, so I apologize that I can't remember. But here he is. And I don't own, this is the only version of the mold. I don't own the regular Leo Convoy, Legacy Leo Convoy. I just own this one. I really like him, love his colors. I love his face. He looks so, it just, he looks so like, he can barely open his mouth. He looks almost like a dog, like this more like snout-like face. He just looks so funny looking. That was one thing that really turned me off from Leo Convoy himself, is that he had the fully like glazed over eyes that are like yellowish, like orange. I just hated that look, because that was like one of the most defining features, in my personal opinion, of Leo Convoy, especially the lion mode, is that it looks like a it's a cartoon lion. It's not a realistic lion, and that's one thing that I love about this, is that it looks sort of has that same charm, like the cute little eyes. That obviously the face itself is still going for a more realistic look than the like anime cartoon style of the actual design, which I would have preferred over this more realistic head, but it's still okay. But that's what really turned me off and what I didn't like about Leo Convoy himself. But this toy fixes that with having actual eyes, not just like glazed over eyes. But yeah, that's why I like this guy. You do get some articulation. Obviously, the back legs are just his regular legs, so you get the same articulation as you would in robot mode. The tail is just it's just on this hinge. The front legs really can only kick at the like elbow or whatever. They do have a swivel, but that's really it. They can go forward and back, and that's it. So yeah, he's a pretty good line mode. It is very clean. Really, it's just this, his waist, and then a little bit down here, but of course, since it's all done in black, it's a lot more difficult to see, especially with the shadow of the camera. You can see that a bit more in there, but really, he's a really clean, other than the kneecaps back there, but really, he cleans up really, really well, and I really do like it. Really like the colors, which I do love the teal on his claws, and I wish there was a bit more teal, like inside the highlights of the fur or something, but I think that's probably just because I absolutely love Nemesis Breaker from Transformers Cybertron. He has a lot of teal on him, but since he's trying to go for a realistic lion, or more anime real life lion, not a Cybertronian lion, obviously he can't have a bunch of teal all over him. So yeah, he still looks nice. I still really love the claws though. So let's get into the event of a transformation this guy has. I haven't transformed him a lot, so I'm not very good at it, and it is a little finicky and fiddly. It's a lot more difficult going into lion mode than into robot mode. Yeah, but it's okay. I still like it. It's still good, but we'll just start with, I think, just like unpegging these, and then sort of just like splitting all this front stuff up here, like here. And I'll quick raise the camera when I'm done with this. Just untab all that, unpeg it all. Unpeg all this just to get it all out of the way. And I'll just quick straighten out the legs right now, which is just a system of swivels and just working the double hinges in the legs. Just working these swivels and getting them all straightened out like so. Because the legs are just very basic. Just come up here, fold out the head, swing that around, swivel the head again, and we'll just leave that down here for right now. And just get this stuff out of the way, and now we will bring up the head, and now close up the chest, like so. And then I'll fold out the fist right there, fold out the fist right there, And I'm just going to keep these lion legs out of the way right now. Now back here, we'll just untab all of this stuff. And this part is where it kind of gets a little difficult because you have all these panels and everything you're trying to go around, and it rotates this way because the lion head has to go on this shoulder. My left, your right, I think. Or at least it's in my left hand. And to fold up the tail really quick. I do like that. It's super satisfying how it just like falls right into itself. I really like that. But just get all these panels situated, and then this panel can just sit on its back. And that's really it. That's really it for his transformation. I think you can just do whatever you want with the lion legs right there. But yeah, that's really all there is to him. Is just that. And he's okay. I did not get all of his guns, just because the guns are cast in black, you can't really see them when they're actually attached to the main, so I didn't even bother or mess with getting them out. So yeah, I really like him. Like I said, just like in the lion mode, I wish he had more teal. I understand that this is how he looks in the cartoon, and in the anime, I should say, not cartoon, but in the anime, he doesn't have a lot of teal to him. He just has just gray and black. But I wish, just like Legacy Scourge, Legacy RID Universe Scourge, is that I really wish, just like him, to have more of that teal. And I think he should have had more of that teal that are here on the claws. I think that would have done him wonders. Obviously, you have the Energon Matrix, or whatever it is, the Matrix or whatever, right there. I do love his head sculpt. Really, really like it. Looks really cool. But that teal really gets lost in there because it's not popping like this teal. It's almost like a more subdued teal. It's not the same teal, it seems like. But I really wish that teal was a bit brighter so it would pop more, and you could see his eyes just piercing through his face. I think that would have done him wonders. I do like that little bit of silver right there. I think, once again, that silver too, and I really like how crisp that maximal symbol is. I really think that they should have took more liberties with the colors, like add more of the silver, add more of the teal, make him basically like RID Scourge, just give him a lot of teal, give him a lot of silver, make him pop more. Or maybe make him more Nemesis Prime. Make him more like Nemesis Prime and give him some little strips of red. Like maybe some little strips of red down the sides like Megatron, Do something. I personally think he's okay. I do like that he's just completely all black. It does look really nice. It still does something. It still looks really nice in my personal opinion, but it would have looked even better, I think, if they did go for more teal, more silver, more color, just to make him pop more, because really, you guys, I'm looking through the camera, and I can really only see just like the silhouette because of the white background and then the light coming down. It just looks like a silhouette. You can't even really see the finer details. I can see them, but personally, I just think there should have been a lot more color. He is a little finicky trying to get the arms all nestled up into the lion head. Going into lion mode, it is a little finicky in my personal opinion, but of course, I haven't done it a lot. So it's not that huge of a deal, but it's mainly the color thing. He is still interesting because he, is just black. It's just a very nice standard color that really always looks nice, but it's just the fact that he would have been even better, would have been even cooler, would have been even everything if he just had a little bit more color to him, a little bit more pop, a little bit more pizzazz. He just looks like he's really bland. It almost looks like a prototype because he has zero color to him, in my personal opinion. But like I said, he still looks nice. He still looks really cool. And he's still not that bad. He does have the little claws, but they're not super big. These claws on the arms, they're not super big, so it is a little, not disappointing, but a little, not dumb or whatever. It is a little disappointing, that they're not like 5 feet long or like as long as his arm or whatever. It would have been a little bit cooler for them to be a little bit longer, but understanding how big the front paw or whatever, front leg has to be, it's okay. But this toy is just okay, in my personal opinion. If he had more color, or if he had a bit more simple transformation, or there's more clearance, I should say, because the head going into the head, there's just seems like there's a lot of clearance. There's not a lot of clearance. There's a lot of parts clashing. In my personal opinion, you just have to like push everything through each other, through all the different pieces. But it's okay. I still really like him. He's still a really good toy. Still really fun. Still looks nice, even though it's not the color that I would prefer, or the amount of color I would prefer specifically. He still looks nice, still looks cool, and especially if you like him, like the Black Convoy effect or Black Optimus Prime or whatever, and and if you enjoy the character for his like 5 seconds or one episode of screen time, I would really recommend him because he is still a lot of fun. Still is a lot of fun, and it would be really fun if you were to paint this guy and give him that teal and give him that silver. I think that'd be a lot of fun because really he is a blank canvas, because he's not like Legacy Scourge where you would have to guess and sort of match. Because this guy has so little paint, you could really do basically whatever you want with him, and I think that'd be really fun and cool. I'm not going to do that because I'm not very good at painting, but someone who is a lot more experienced, I think that would be a really cool idea, is to take this guy and paint them all up with the teal and the silver, and maybe some bits of red. I think that'd be really rad and really cool. But that's what I have to say. So, till next time, see ya.